going, guys? It is Monday here at the shop. This is going to be fuel restrictions part 2. We got in some parts from, I forgot where I even got them from. Some kind of diesel, pure diesel power. Yeah, pure diesel power. We got a fuel heater delete. And I don't know if that's, I don't think that's the part number. You can probably just look up fuel heater delete, first gen Cummins, or 89 to 93 Cummins or something. And we did get the Fleet Guard upgraded fuel filter. Now, I didn't even know there was such thing as an upgraded fuel filter for these trucks, but it turns out this does hold more diesel, and it's supposed to be better. It's supposed to be one less of a restriction, as obviously the title, fuel restrictions. If you guys are wondering where I'm getting all of this for ideas, the guy, I'm sure most of you guys that watch some of my videos and our first gen guys watched Greg A and do watch Greg A. And if you recall, the gentleman that tuned his VE injection pump that had the black first gen, he is messaged me the other day and gave me some pointers and really helped me with like the banjo bolts and all like that was all him, and all this stuff is him as well. I couldn't appreciate it anymore, any of the advice, because this is little stuff that I never even thought about, and it is helping. And like I said, I really appreciate it. His Instagram is, I think, Greasing Crows Racing or something like that. But you guys should go check him out. He's a super nice guy. I'm really just glad he was willing to talk to me about it. And I'm gonna pull out everything and show you what the difference is and what would be the restrictions. I'll put the filters side by side so you can see. And obviously, this is a Fleet Guard. I like running their stuff. It was fairly cheap, I think. I don't have a paper for how much it all costed, but I think the delete stud was like 20 bucks. And that was like 10 or 15. I can't remember, but hopefully it'll help us with our goal to get rid of some restrictions. And we're gonna get into it now, so I'll be right back. Alright guys, we are getting after it. So the first thing I did, which it's not you don't have to do this, I mean, it's 3 bolts. I've done it many times before. I pulled the little bolts for the throttle linkage. If you guys don't know how to do that, there's a bolt right here that's a 13, nut right here that's a 13, then a bolt down here that's a 10. And get you guys in on that. The 10 is right down there in this hole. There's 13. And there's a stud that sticks out with a nut on it. That's a 13. Alright. So we drop that. And obviously you will be able to see your fuel filter. It sits over up in there. Mine is already out. So here's, and this, I actually did replace this not too long ago. I don't know if you guys are like me, but I like to keep track in my book, like when I do stuff, and might be dumb. Some of you guys might do it in something else. It just helps me remember, because I forget whenever I do things, and I don't want to put the sticker up on the windshield for oil changes and stuff. I just put it in my book. And I have my first gen book. You can do it in a notepad or something. But let's see. I did a fuel filter at 174, and it's at 179, 284 right now. Obviously, I didn't need to do it, but let's put this back up. But I was told about the upgrade and for the bigger fuel filter, which I'm all for. It does hold more fuel and probably flows more as well. I mean, you guys can see the difference. There's absolutely like no comparison there. Alright, if the part number or the filter number, this was the old one, FS1232. The new one is FS1221. So you guys go ahead and get you one of those. I think it's going to be a good upgrade, which that's a form of maintenance, so I think it's a great upgrade. it might filter even better, which I'm all about. So next, you guys that are wanting to do the fuel heater delete because yours might be leaking or you just want to get rid of it, this is where this is coming into play. I didn't care about tearing up the threads because obviously I already got a new stud, so got some vice grips on it. It takes hardly anything. We'll have to get up here real quick. Gavin needs a topside creeper, so whoever wants to donate to the fund, have at it. Alright. Wish I had a 2-wheel drive, this would be way easier. Alright, so you get in here, and I broke it loose already, so I mean it is hand tight now. It did not take very much grunt at all to break it loose. Once it's broke loose, it's ready to come out. I already unplugged my sensor before, and it looks like my O-ring is gone. Well, it's still kind of in there. Alright, you guys hold on for just a second. I'm going to set you down. I got to get a towel of some sort so I don't touch the camera. Alright. So here is the heater, which some people don't want to get rid of this, and that is fine. Like, I'm not saying it's the best thing to do, but I have junk all up in mine and was probably going through the filter. I mean, I don't even know. Ooh. But it was leaking, and I'd had enough of that. So there's the old stud. Let's see if we got any difference here. It's probably the same size. Should flow pretty good. I mean, it's, I don't know. So we got that off. Next, if there's any of that crap up in here, I'm gonna wipe it off because I don't want that in there or anywhere around my filter. So I'm gonna do that real quick, and then I will get back with you guys when we go to put the new stud in. I'm gonna look up and see if I need to put any sort of like thread stuff on the threads for the new one. I don't think I do, but we're gonna double check. Alright guys, we did, like I said, we got this out, which is the heater obviously, but we cleaned up, cleaned up the bottom side where it mounted, so we got all that crap off of there. It was pretty ridiculous. We're gonna save this and save our heater, and there's a, I've got it sitting over here somewhere, but I don't even know, I forgot what it's called because I'm a moron, but the piece that goes in the bottom there, because in case I get in a pinch and something happens, I would rather have it and not be screwed. So we're gonna put the new stud in. Here it is. I'm just gonna pretty much put it in. It has a hex style head on it. So, okay. Well, it is a 5/16, as you can see. It's 5/16. You can probably use an Allen wrench. Well, obviously you can use an Allen wrench, but I happen to have a 5/16 and I have an extension and a ratchet. So, but I do have a 5/16 socket for it. So I figured why not use it? It'll probably make my life a little bit easier. So we're gonna put that on real quick, and we will be right back. Well, not really sure how that happened, but I went ahead and put the stud in. I was threading it in with my finger, and I don't know if there's a burr on it or something, but it sliced my finger pretty good. It kind of hurts. But we're gonna keep moving. If I find a band-aid or something, that'd be good. But we're gonna put our new fuel filter on now. The stud, I just threaded it up until it was hand tight, and then got the ratchet and snugged it down a little bit. Nothing crazy, but you don't want it backing off. So if there is a torque for that, maybe, and you know it, drop it in the comments so everybody else who watches the video does know, because I didn't look that up. I don't think it should be too tight, but it does need to be snug. Alright, so we're gonna go ahead and put our other filter on. Instead of, I don't know, I've seen some put diesel in it just like this and put it on. I'm just going to put the filter on and then pump my little plunger on the lift pump, the piston lift pump, and also loosen the, let's see if you guys can see it right there. That's a 10mm little bleed screw, so we'll loosen that a little bit and we'll pump until fuel starts coming out of that, and then we'll tighten it up and we will be ready to rock and roll. Alright guys, we got the new Fleet Guard filter on, ready to rock and roll. We loosened up our little bleed screw there. And we're going to start pumping away till fuel comes out. Then we're going to tighten it up and probably start the truck and let it run for a little bit, for, I don't know, a minute or two. And then I'll get back with you guys after that and do a little outro. Alright guys, I'm going to have to talk a little loud. I hope you can hear me. It is pouring outside, thank the Lord. I am kind of a farm family. We run a lot of row crop and we've been needing the rain, and all the lakes need the rain. And it's very loud. We got a tin roof obviously, so it's gonna be hard to hear me. We are cleaning up, got the linkage and everything back together. I never found that bolt, so I'm gonna have to go to O'Reilly's or something, or start it up and wait for it to rattle out. But we are cleaning up. I hope this kind of helps some of you guys. I did the heater delete because mine was leaking, and just why not? If you have any questions about it, you can always DM the guy that I had mentioned earlier in the video. And next, fuel restrictions part 3 will be all about putting in a probably a Beans diesel sump and some 3/8 fuel line. You guys are asking, Gavin, why don't you just do an air dog? Because I'm trying to do it on a budget and prove that it will work, and it might not work, and that's fine. It's not like I'm spending very much money on this. Hose will be cheap. The sump won't be very cheap, but if I get a air dog, then I'm going to use the sump anyway, so it's not like it's being wasted. But we're gonna prove that this can work. That what's really restricting me right now is this tiny little fuel line that goes from the tank to the lift pump, and that's pretty much what's screwing me right now. And after that, we should be ready to rock and roll. But it's raining, so we can't pull it out, but we're gonna clean up and move on with our day. You guys, if this helped you out, like it, comment down and say what you think about it, and please subscribe to the channel. Helps a lot. Likes help a lot. So you guys keep watching them up. I'll keep dishing them out as fast as I can. But you guys take it easy. Have a safe day.